Hi, everybody. John here with Marvelous Comics, and tonight we are going to talk about Silver Coin. Now, this is Silver Coin number 1, and it is on issue, there's 2, and it goes all the way up to issue number 3. Now, I have read all 3. My co-hosts have only read 1 and 2, or just 2, but not 3. Definitely not 3. But we're going to get into them anyway. And first we have Ryan, also known as Firehawk. He is joining us. And our other one is in the protection program, and that is Deuce. What the deuce? He's going to join us as well as we go over Silver Coin and whether or not it's a series you want to get into, and whether the story's worth it. So let's get into what we're talking about. So this is second print of Silver Coin.
Oh.
And because I didn't pull out my first print to do it. And so Ryan, had you read number 1?
Yep, just read it.
All right. So you've read number 1. Deuce, you've read number 1. So we're all up to speed on number 1.
Number 1 and 2, yes.
All right. So without spoiling the story or anything, which is always a hard thing on a review, but not wanting to give everything away, what's your take on Silver Coin number 1? Did it draw you in?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it started out just a little bit kind of like you would expect a movie of that style to start out, kind of slow, a lot of background, kind of talking. Kind of gives you the setup, basically.
Right.
Then it kind of goes into the whole Silver Coin issue.
Right.
What happens with that and what it's there for, and it gives you a pretty good ending. Kind of a crazy, chilling ending.
Yeah, it was a good ending to the book.
So I guess you should start out by saying, maybe if people don't know Silver Coin, there's 5 issues and each one is kind of its own story. It's what do you call it? 5 different stories in each comic, but they're all tied together by the Silver Coin.
Right.
So this one happened to be about a rock band that wanted to make it.
So the Silver Coin gets passed from. I always found it the best to describe it as the old heavy metal show with the marble, how the marble would go
right
wherever the marble went, bad crap happened.
Right.
So that tends to be the same thing with the coin. The coin is really pretty cool.
Mm.
It has a characteristic feature on it that I noticed it as soon as it started to happen in the artwork. I didn't have to go back and find it. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, Deuce, what was your take on number 1?
I really liked it. Being a horror fan, of course, I was on board from Jump Street. I like the premise of the without giving too much away. It's the classic cursed item, and there's been lots and lots of folklore about such things throughout time, throughout history, throughout even cinematic history and even real history. And I always find those kind of things very, very interesting. And also I'm curious about like some of the mythology that kind of goes into some of these type things that have these kinds of stories tied to them. I've always found it fascinating.
Right. And I like the premise behind it, to where when they first got the coin, they thought it was their good luck charm.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of pulled them in and sucked them into using it, or at least the one guy.
Right.
So it was now it is a horror story. I mean,
sure.
it is not a young kid reading. It's not a
Mm.
nighttime tale, so you don't want to read it to your kid at bedtime.
A lot of language in it too.
That's true.
Yeah, and then when you get into this one, this is number 2. So this one was number 1 was semi kind of setting the stage, not bad as far as a horror title goes. When you hit number 2, it kind of just goes full bore and kind of goes in just like you're either all in or you're not.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. It's that anthology style of kind of going through. So what they're doing with this, I believe they're going to keep the same artist all the way through, and then each one is written by somebody different. Like the first one was Chip Zdarsky,
Okay.
issue 1. Second issue was Kelly Thompson.
Yep.
So it looks like they're going to have 5 different writers.
Okay.
One artist.
Ed Brinson and Michael Walsh did the third one.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was different writers because the
Yeah.
writing in the first and the second one was well, actually in all 3 of them. The third one is short. I mean, it sets a stage up and it follows a story. And it kind of makes you think about, okay, because I know you guys haven't read the third one. And so that makes it hard for me because now I just want to tell you because I just like, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But,
It's hard to
I
not
don't
spoil
do
a book.
now you don't need it. The art in it,
It's consistent. Obviously, it's the same.
it's consistent.
Same guy.
That's a good way to do it. It's not like the most phenomenal art you're ever going to see.
No.
But it's kind of like my take with Bunny Mask. Bunny Mask's art was okay, but once you got into the story, it fits so well with the story that you completely overlook it, or you just don't care so much about it. The style fits the story.
Yeah, it's kind of like not like super crisp details, but it's got that feel, kind of. You know,
it's got the creepy vibe feel.
And even the second book keeps this kind of tone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has like very low key colors, kind of. I don't want to say like scratchy. Just it's not like super like clear. I don't want to not get too close so you can't read it, but I have to show you a couple pictures.
Right.
Yeah, it's not super realistic art. It's definitely got a different style to it.
Right.
Which I actually like, and it fits, I think, the book very, very well. You know.
So let's see. In the chat right now, we have Firehawk. Thank you for joining us. You're so
hey, that's me.
welcome to be there. J Hag, he's the second one in there. So thank you, J Hag, for joining us.
Number 2.
I was trying to figure out some way to throw a D in there, but I just couldn't do it. It wasn't coming to me that quick.
This is issue 2.
Yeah, and you almost understood why the girl did what she did in that one, but you also saw the regret. So,
well, that's why I brought up the whole cursed item.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Cap'n Comics, thank you for joining us, man. Glad you decided to stop in and see us. Haven't seen you in a while.
Right.
Yeah, missing some Cap.
I know. We could almost just pull J Hag and Captain on here, and we could all just chat and talk.
Yeah, we can all just hang out.
Right. Well, I'll give you a little hint. There are definitely overtones of this.
Uh-oh.
Is that Guardians of the Galaxy? No.
He's like, oh, crap, it just showed me. He showed his half of his face.
Yeah, now they're going to find him.
He's in trouble now. He might as well just shut it down. Shut her down.
He was showing his shirt. I think.
But yeah, issue 2 was completely different than issue 1.
And issue 3 has some similarities to
Ah, there he is.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah, that's issue 2 in a nutshell.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that sums up issue 2.
Yeah, so
Sort of.
basically it's a teenage girl going to summer camp and
And all goes
gets
bad.
picked on. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And
There are
then
definitely overtones of that.
things happen. She runs away and
Yeah, and
comes back.
the killer.
For Cocoa Puffs.
Comes back a little
Things get
different.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right after that.
Cap'n be at work. Let's see. So on the third one, in book 3, you start to realize there's more to the story than individual stories. So
Okay.
it starts to weave them all together.
So I kind of felt like they'd probably take by number 5, all these stories are going to just kind of culminate, you know, around that coin, you know, and tie all in together somehow.
Like we were talking in the first one, or before the show, how you can kind of figure out how that coin got to where it is in the second story.
Yeah.
And
it's cool because you got to kind of think about that, though. It's not a direct correlation. It's like we were talking about. You got to kind of go, so maybe this happened and this, and it kind of
you got to create your own story.
It's kind of neat,
and you got to put the pieces together. And
I like that. I kind of like that aspect of it. Is it's kind of a mystery you have to try to solve yourself, right?
You don't know, but the third one, although the story is kind of quick, not real wordy, a lot of just art frames.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It leads in and ties into the other two, and really fully at the end, and it gets you going. Now, what happened?
Yeah, I'm hoping they kind of explain this coin a little bit too, like the coin's origins at some point.
Hopefully by the end. Did you say it was a 5-parter?
It says 5, but
does it say it's a 5?
You know how Transformers go.
I really hope it's ongoing because I would read it for a good long time.
It might go 5 on this volume, and maybe they'll take a break, then do another, 5.
Maybe.
A lot of people have been doing that. They've been doing so many issues, taking a couple months off, regrouping, kind of seeing how it takes, like how the book's received, and then they come back with another 5 or 6 or whatever, then go from there. Which it works. There's so many good titles out there. You have to have a book every month, really. You can skip a month and
it does say it's a 5-parter. So that's good as far as if you want to pick up a title that has an end and it's a quick story, you can, if you scrounge, you can still find Silver Coin #1 first print.
Yeah.
You got to scrounge. You can definitely find second print.
Oh, for sure.
But even getting into let's see, you can still get 5 definitely, and 5 actually. Like, let me share it because that's what I'm going to do.
I do have to say the covers give away a little bit to me.
That's 5.
Yes.
Which is a really cool cover, and I really like that.
I thought
that cover was pretty.
That's 5A, right? Yeah. No, that's cover B.
Yeah, that was the B cover.
Okay.
And then
you kind of
and that was the A cover.
Covenant. Yeah, each one has its own title too.
Right.
Okay, so maybe 5 looks like it might be like maybe where the coin came from, like maybe back in the 17 or 1800s.
They might be doing the backstory on it.
Does it kind of look like the old, preacher hat they used to wear back in?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Pilgrim hat.
Yeah, Pilgrim style.
Then that's 4. That's the
Looks
A
like the
cover of
future.
4.
That looks, yeah, 2467, Jeff Lemire. So Jeff Lemire is the writer of that one. So that's probably like a futuristic.
Oh, that's cool.
Going ahead. That's what it looks like. Yeah, definitely. Because he likes to do a lot of sci-fi kind of techno stuff.
So this last one ends in I want to say the 80s or 90s.
Yeah, I take the first one is, I think it said starts in 78 is the rock band's debut
Right.
is 1978. And by the background posters in the girls' bedroom of number 2, I would say 90s. That's probably mid 90s.
What was the one in the background that I saw?
It had Nirvana. She had Nirvana in the wall and stuff like that. So I'm thinking early mid 90s.
Okay, if you saw Nirvana, that was something different than I saw. So I saw another poster on her wall.
And she had a movie poster too.
Right. And I can't remember which one it was, but
that's kind of what gave me the timeline anyway.
Right. And
don't tell G I'm not wearing gloves when I touch comic books.
Hey, just make sure you tell him you're using nothing but Scotch tape.
Yeah. I love my Scotch tape.
4 says the year is 2467 and the old world has been buried beneath the junk of a new civilization. From the trash, a scavenger discovers ancient treasure, a coin. The price it carries, however, is unimaginable.
Yeah, I want to see that poster. I wasn't paying that much attention
There's
to
your
that.
Nirvana poster.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure what the other one is, but then the Lost Boys is down here, which
Lost
was
Boys, that's what it was.
That's a late 80s, mid late 80s movie.
Late 80s, yeah.
But Nirvana gives you the 90s time frame.
Right.
Well, but Nirvana also came in late 80s as well.
It could be late 80s.
Yeah, they came in late 80s. They didn't get popular until the early 90s, really.
Yeah. Oh, Beastie Boys, Licensed to Ill.
That's
is
80s.
the other poster.
Yeah.
And Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth has been around for like 30 years, maybe 40 years.
So it could be late 80s.
Yeah, probably late 80s.
So maybe somewhere late 80s, early 90s.
All of those bands were active in the late 80s.
But I kind of like the covers to me, once you read the book, make a lot of sense.
Right. They do.
It's almost like a little bit of a spoiler on the covers, just a hint.
Well, I mean, I didn't know what they were about until I read them.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. I mean, you kind of get like, it's the ticket, maybe put it together, rock band.
Right.
And then this one just says, it's called Girls of Summer. So that one is a little stretch there, a summer camp, but just really, makes you want to read more for sure.
And this one is called Death Rattle.
Mm.
Oh, I like it.
I like the cover.
I like the fact that they're using different writers, so everybody kind of takes their own spin on kind of like doing, their own little piece of the story. I think that's smart.
Yeah, it's almost like a Tales from the Crypt or something, where each one's directed by somebody different.
Right.
Pretty neat.
So it's
It's pretty cool.
for me, I want to go ahead and finish off, especially since it's a 5-part.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I definitely want to finish off the other 2. I want to see where the next one's going to go. Since it's jumping to 2467, I was more anxious to see it continue on the time frame it is, and maybe it will. Maybe it just kind of jumps somehow or tells the story, but I would like to see what was happening at the end of 3.
Right.
And maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe they tie it all together. But for me, going on to 4 and 5 is a big, I want to read through. I want to see how it goes. So it's a definite read for me, and a definite hold on to it and see what happens to it, because it's a very easy one that they can pick up and do something with.
Yeah, they can make 5 short shows on somewhere.
Right.
Some streaming service.
It's an easy series, and it's infinite amount of stories that they can do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these would be easy if they did 5. If they just kind of copied this format here off the books, 5 30-minute, 45-minute shows,
Right.
bang them out real quick with, they could do the same thing, kind of take a different director, direct each episode.
Right. And it would be an easy story, and you got, it's kind of like a Tales from the Crypt.
I was thinking more like Tales from the Dark Side, but I mean, because those were kind of
they're similar, but
or even like American Horror Story, where they use the same actors in every season, but it's a different story.
Right.
It's like, but they try to keep the same actors, rotate them through, and put them in different roles. Maybe they could do something like that.
I think it's interesting too with the genre of horror kind of doing what it's doing. I mean, how many Conjuring movies have we seen?
Mm-hmm.
How many Annabelle movies have we seen? All of those are all tied together. And I think it's interesting that they're doing that now with a comic, and kind of doing their own little spin on some of that same kind of mythology. And I think that's I find it, like I said, super fascinating to see. And those movies have been very, very successful for some time now.
No, they keep making them, and now there's a comic book.
Now there's a comic that's kind of doing like the cursed object type thing, and I think it's smart, and I think it's cool, and I think it could go very, very far.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, for me, I say it's a definite yes. I think you guys are the same way. Silver Coin is a definite thumbs up read.
Gonna stick with it.
Absolutely.
Pick it up. It's well worth it.
I hope it continues past 5. I hope that that 5's just a little break and it continues on, because I'm all in.
Yeah, I'd like to see them do is like, okay, this is 1 of 5, and then when they come back, this is 6 of 10. I don't think I've seen anybody do that, where they take a break and come back and say, this is the second part.
Yeah, volume 2, number 6.
Yeah, don't start it back over at 1. Start it at 6 and run to 10. Start at 11, run to 15. Just do something different that makes somebody go,
Yeah, do 5-issue runs and take a few months break. Yeah.
Yeah, line up the next writers and then do it again. And then,
but it also makes it really, really easy to put it in graphic novel form too, and sell even more copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 2 months you take, or whatever time you take off, that's when you drop the trade paperback out.
For the first 5.
First 5. Work on the next 5.
Right.
Keep that same recipe all the way through.
Yeah, I like the trades. And like we said before, the trades is what I'm going to do for autumnal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Me too.
Yeah, it's because that autumnal's a story that I want to sit down and read it all the way through. It's really good, but I don't want to have a month break in between.
Well, and my issue is I got too far behind on that one. You know what I mean? I try to go back and try to find the single issues. Is like,
I'm on it right now. So.
It's just tough to do. So
it's on what, 8 now?
Mm-hmm. I think 8's coming out at the end of the month, I think.
Yeah, I'm just about caught up on it, and I'm gonna read it. I want to finish it out. I'm interested to see where the story's going to go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over a few titles that are coming out this week to let you all know what is coming out this week. Amazing Spider-Man 69 is hitting the shelf this week. Blue Flame #2 is coming out. Captain Marvel, but nobody cares. Chariot #4.
Oh yeah, Chariot. Yep.
Claire and the Dragons #1. Giga #4.
Mm-hmm.
Good Luck #1. Jules Verne Lighthouse #3 is coming out this week.
Okay.
Marie Lovett's Arrow Psych #4.
Okay.
MFKZ #1.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that one should be pretty
That's
big.
a big French hit, and they made a Netflix show and everything out of it.
Right. Let's see. Nuclear Family #5.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Old Guard's Tales Through Time #3.
Cool.
Phantom on the Scan #3.
No, that's good stuff.
Oh yes.
Red Sonja 28, Shadecraft number 4,
Big craft is good so far.
Shadow Man number 3,
Oh, Shadow Man. That's right.
Silk number 4, Something is Killing the Children number 17 hits this week. Sonyaversal number 5, Spawn Universe number 1 comes out this week.
I debated on that one.
I picked one just out of curiosity.
I grabbed a few, not a whole lot, just because it might be a regret, but we'll see.
I've never read Spawn or anything. I saw the movie, but
Right.
let's be honest.
It was great when it came out.
Yeah,
I mean, the effects and everything for Spawn it was awesome.
go back and watch it now.
You
You're like,
watch it now,
"Whoa."
and you're a little bit kind of But I remember watching it in the theater, going,
Mhm.
"Man, this is incredible! Spawn's the best hero ever." He really is OP. I mean, he's
My
really,
issue is-
really
issue
OP.
is Spawn in the movie, like when I saw it in the theater, was so much of it was shot so dark, and then they go into they go into hell, and it's just so bright, like I could barely see. My eyes were so used to it being so dark, and I'm so light sensitive that like when it got to that super bright, I was like, I can't even see what's going on. I'm blind right now.
My retinas are burning.
I'm serious. Like it was.
You went to hell, man.
Yeah, you're in hell.
Literally telling what was going on.
They're making it just crappy for you. You're in hell. They turned the heat up, made it bright.
Right.
It was really bright.
We got
at least to me.
Darth Vader number 13 is coming out this week. Stray Dogs number 1, third print, comes out this week.
Is that another horror homage?
Oh yeah, that's a
Good.
homage.
Let's see if you know what it is.
Homage. I think I do. I think I've seen
it
that
is.
one.
They're doing
Pretty good.
Thing again.
Oh, I like it.
Like the other cover with the whole big flash of light behind the singular
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
They're doing that cover of the Thing for number 1.
I thought this one was Scream.
Is this one Scream? It might be Scream. Might be fourth print they were doing. Yeah, you're right. It is Scream. You're right. This one is Scream. There's another one that's doing the Thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
But also on Wednesday is Stray Dogs number 5.
Oh, nice. It's the last one on the run, right?
So that is the last
it.
one of Stray Dogs. And if you haven't read Stray Dogs is phenomenal. Got to pick up Stray Dogs. What's in the glass, Firehawk?
What's in my glass? Oh,
The
Justin
heck
will know this one.
to know.
I'm
Little
sure
Rag Apple Lassie Kaleidoscope Red. It's a local place here, the old NC.
Let's see. We've got Sword number 6 coming out. I'm not sure why I have that, but I do. Vengeance of Vampirella vinyl number 1 comes out this week. That's another horror title that's hitting the shelves this week. So if you like this one, you might like that one too.
Oh, for sure.
Way of X number 3, Wolverine 13. And that's pretty much it. As far as replenishment stuff, I got your Shadow Doctor number 2 in.
Yes, good. I can finally read that one.
So, yeah, I got that one in. So I'll have to get that one in your box and get that one over to you.
Cool.
And
That'll be
and Storyteller Tricksters number 1, because I know you missed that one.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I got that one in too.
Cool.
Just seen 3 today. Gotta find 2. I saw 3. 4 is coming out. I got a mess. I don't know. I gotta go through this stuff.
Yeah,
Every week I gotta go through it.
figure it all out.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that is pretty much our review for Silver Coin. So if you've been on the fence about whether you want to do a horror title, pick up Silver Coin. It's a good read. It's not a long read. It's not a hard read. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. But if you pay attention to the artwork throughout it, you will pick up on some cool stuff. So that's pretty much what we've got. It's a good book. It's a good
Mhm.
series. Only 2 more left in it, so it's not long. You can find it at your local store, probably pick it up. If you are interested in doing pre-orders, you can hit me up on Instagram at Marvelous Comics 73. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. And that's pretty much all I got. Anything from you guys?
I got nothing.
Hosting tomorrow night on the Comic Book G Spots channel. We're going to be interviewing Flash by Night.
Ooh.
Yeah, it can be on the Comic Book G Spot.
That's going to be at 11:30 Central, if I'm not mistaken.
So 12:30 Eastern time. Still too late for me. I guess perfect time for Deuce. So
I try to make it in there every once in a while.
I tried
haven't
it.
made it in a long time. I regret it, but yeah, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Sometimes I have to take a nap, to be honest. But I
I hear you. All right, guys. Well, stick around. Don't leave yet. And everybody, thank you for joining us. Check out Silver Coin. You're not going to regret it. And if you haven't checked out Stray Dogs through 5, the 5th part hits this week. It is definitely a must read.
do it now.
Follow us on, or follow me here, or subscribe to me, and then follow on Instagram, Marvelous Comics 73. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you around.
Thank